This guy was dead.
He isn't? Well, he will be soon. He's very ill. I'm getting better. No, you're not. You'll be stone dead in a moment.
Hello there. Hello there. I'm Darren.
I'm Kat.
And this is The Real Sequels, the series of events that happened after episode 6 in the books, novels, and sometimes comics in the expanded universe. Today we're opening with chapter 5 of Dark Force Rising. Chapter 5 opens on the planet Rishi, and Mara Jade is telling Karrde that his choice in hideouts sucks.
This house is a fucking prison! On planet bullshit! In the galaxy of this sucks camel dicks!
Karrde says, a little public perhaps, but it'll do.
They're no longer behind that asteroid,
Yeah.
which apparently is the oldest trick in the book. Or they were definitely going to be found behind there, but they won't be found in this massive city.
No, instead, let's just go to this hustling, bustling city.
Yep.
Mara's a bit concerned with.
No one's going to look for them there.
No one's going to look for him. They look over at the window, and there's a local Rishi eating an ice cream, just like staring into their soul. Mara's concerned about the amount of public in this place. Karrde reassures her that when the only place at hand are deep valleys, then things are going to get a little crowded. To which Mara says the crowds are cover for Imperial spies. Karrde retorts that the Imperials have no idea where they are, and though Thrawn is a tactical genius, he's hardly omnipotent, and he's bound to be focused on more important things. So Mara reflects internally about her memories of the Emperor, and how despite having plenty on his plate, he still went out of his way to find and punish those who've wronged him.
Hey, dummy, I'm gonna call you Darth Matt from now on. As in, what do you call a guy with no arms and no legs laying on the front porch? Matt. Darth Matt. Okay, it's okay.
Karrde inquires if perhaps Mara has a different feeling, like she did on the asteroid outside of Myrkyr.
Myrkyr.
To which she says she can't just turn it on and off. She quickly changes the subject, asking Karrde about the capital warships that he was so careful not to mention in front of Grand Admiral Thrawn. To which Karrde relents and says, "Have you ever heard of the Katana Fleet?" I thought not. It's not a story the Jedi would tell you. Mara obviously immediately knows, and she says that that's the fleet known as the Dark Force, or roll credits. Named so because of their fancy dark grey paint job. This is around 200 Dreadnaught style cruisers, created as a demonstration to how good slave circuits were, cutting down the amount of crew needed to run these ships to around 2,000 per ship. They were all chained together through the slave circuits until the system malfunctioned and they all jumped into hyperspace, which is bloody hilarious. It's like, look how good this is. Oh.
Uh-oh. Yeah, it's not supposed to do that.
Karrde says that's about right, but not quite as simple. Apparently, one of the crew got a hive virus while one of the dreadnoughts was stuck. This particular hive virus spread to all of the ships, but before it kills you, it makes you go a little loony. So this meant that one of the crew initiated a random lightspeed jump, which brought the rest into this random location. Karrde outlines that he found the thing purely by coincidence. He was once part of a small smuggler crew that botched their pickup, having to shoot their way past some Karrde cruisers. In an attempt to escape, he did a quick jump to lightspeed, not getting enough time to do a full calculation. So they dropped out of hyperspace about half a light year away to do a proper calculation, and they found the entire fleet with its lights on, in working order, and even doing a kind of initial perimeter scan. This panicked their captain, who went straight back into hyperspace. Mara's like, awful idea. Karrde's like, yeah, it was an awful idea. So it ended up only 6 crew members survived after they were hit by the mass shadow of a comet. So then Karrde gets a call from Lacton, who tells Karrde that the base is almost unpacked, but they need more flash netting. So Karrde then sends Mara to the dump. He's like, can you go to dump 3, please? And she's like, yeah, okay, I'll find it. So yeah, Mara says, yeah, she'll find it, and she'll bring a few boxes back. So she has to walk, though, because the streets are so crowded they can't use repulsor vehicles yet. So Mara heads out, blending in as much as she can with the brightly clad crowd. She then spots someone quite dodgy watching her. She begins a slow tracking chase, where Jade believes she's being led by the possible spy. So Mara follows the tracks of the man until she comes to an isolated alleyway, where she finds him slumped over, which looks like he was just hiding about as well as he had been surveillancing earlier, Mara noted. As she walked to the man, she believed that he was too still. This guy was dead.
He isn't? Well, he will be soon. He's very ill. I'm getting better. No, you're not. You'll be stone dead in a moment.
Just then, a large fella wearing an open robe and armor vest pops out and reveals the trap. The true trap.
The true trap.
He had lured Mara using the first man that he revealed to be just a poor bystander that was in the wrong place at the wrong time. He said to Mara that he was going to claim the bounty on her and her friends and that will make him rich. Mara then offers him double whatever he's been offered, trying to distract him while she centers herself using her imperial training to use the force. She moves a metal rod above a shielding tube in a junk pile behind him. The man then says, why would he go for double of nothing? And that he'd stick with a sure thing. Just then, the metal rod that Mara had been focusing on falls and clanks to the ground. So the bounty hunter turns around and drops to a knee, unleashing a flurry of blaster bolts, not realizing his mistake before it's too late. Mara dropped her tiny concealable pistol from her sleeve.
I'm about to end this man's whole career.
And tidily shot the bounty hunter in the head.
Pow!
Going through his thing, she finds a forged ID card. Roth Dengar. Relax. This isn't actually Dengar. The bounty hunter we all know and love. No. But this might have been a better end than turning into this monstrosity.
That is terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
That thing may haunt my nightmares for quite a while to come.
The attack on my life has left me scarred.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
So, anyway, Mara gets back to the base. She gets back to the base and shows Karrde that there's now a 20,000 credit reward for him. Karrde takes it as a compliment, suggesting that he's flattered by that amount. That was the situation settled then. This base is no longer safe and they'll have to get moving. Our final scene is of Karrde telling Mara that we do not give up Katana Fleet under duress. Mara argues that they may have to which Karrde says, we may choose to, we will never have to. The comic then shows us a glimpse of Mara's dreams later that night. It's like that.
Wet dreams about Emperor Palpatine.
It looks terrifying. It's just this huge Palpatine face. Like, what you doing?
But then she loves the Emperor, doesn't she?
Yeah.
For me, it would be terrifying.
Yeah.
She probably loves it.
Well, I think that's kind of hitting back to our Imperial training of like, if you're trained as anything above being a stormtrooper and maybe even being a stormtrooper in the Imperial Army, it is terrifying.
Dreaming about the Emperor?
No, like it probably affects you to this point, if you know what I mean. Even the Royal Guards, like to be an Imperial Guard, the training for that's mad. You know? Yeah. So this cool wee chapter, we now know that Karrde actually has all the cards.
I see what you did there.
Karrde would have loved that. I'm stealing that one.
Yep.
Yeah, so essentially he could completely change the face of the war.
He could.
You know, he could reinforce the Republic fleet, who are completely screwed because of their attack on Sluis Van, or if he gives them to Thrawn, then that's kind of game over for the Republic.
Yeah, true. Although you don't screw over Thrawn, I don't think either.
Yeah.
I think he could maybe get himself in bother here.
Oh, that's it.
But we'll see.
Well, that's about all we got time for this episode. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And give us a wee comment if you had a good time. And don't forget to check out some of the videos at the end of this one. Bye!
Bye!